What does this mean for the overall industry? Is this going to start off something of an arms race here?
I think so. I think we have to brace for this race to the metaverse. I think we'll see more and more M&A coming in the gaming space, maybe from some of the companies that were in a wait and see mode. This definitely sets an alarm that they can no longer wait. I also think, for some of the other players, it might strengthen the possibilities for potential IPOs in the future. Right now, I'm looking at Epic Games or Niantic, and seeing this acquisition, I'm thinking, are they potentially going to want to go and do an IPO?
Cathy, Sony shares this morning down by about 12.5% on concerns that it's going to be very difficult to compete with this new combination if it does get approved by regulators. Is that the right reaction to Sony shares?
I think Sony has an opportunity as well, right, to level up and to try to make some new announcements, some new partnerships, potentially some new acquisitions, right? So we're going to have to see kind of how it goes. I will say, now that I look at what's happening with Microsoft and Activision and think about Game Pass, I start to think about, is Game Pass going to become the new Amazon Prime? Right. So I think that there's a lot of ripple effects that this is going to have across not just Sony and other gaming components, but, companies like Amazon as well.
Hey, Brian, what does this mean now that Microsoft has kind of taken the first step? What do you expect to see happen next?
Similar to what Cathy was saying, I think anyone in big tech is going to be receiving shareholder scrutiny, questions along the lines of, what are you doing to take advantage of this multi-generational and multi-trillion-dollar opportunity that promises to usher in the next generation of the internet, essentially.
And Brian, you think that this is the right move, that, paying top dollar for some of these things really makes sense and that it is necessary right now?
It feels so, especially for the larger players who are sitting on enough cash to be protected from an investment of this size. I also think that it's important to remember how narrative-driven equities are really playing such a role in the movements of these bigger players. It's pretty easy to forget that just a few months ago, Sony itself invested $200 million in a $1 billion raise from Epic Games. So that often gets washed away when new news breaks, especially news that utilizes a word as hot as metaverse.